Are we going?
Oh, we're going? We're rolling.
Welcome to the world's okayest podcast.
AKA
Scissors or Sisters. We do hair, so hence the scissoring.
I feel like people think we're very unfriendly. Is it our faces?
Books,
Movies.
hair,
Dudes.
songs,
Kids.
mom stuff.
This is what it's like to spend a day with us.
This is us.
All day. We're just raw dogging this thing.
I had a warrant out for my arrest.
I can't. You just called me a meth addict.
Suck my anxiety out of my body.
P. Diddler. Oh, Jesus, help me. Are we going?
We're going. You know the drill.
Episode 8
All right.
on April 8th. Doomsday. Eclipse Day.
Allie already had to ask. It's at the end of the world today. And I said, you think I have that information? And I'm just like, let's go make a podcast.
Yeah,
Like,
it's the end of the world.
not to my knowledge.
Do you think anything's going to happen?
I think
Maybe.
the moon will eclipse
Move
the
in front
sun.
of the sun. Total eclipse of the sun.
That's what I should have made it say.
Total eclipse of the sun. I
Okay.
mean, anyways.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll know after, when this airs, we'll know if the
Well-
world stopped spinning.
I'm like, the eclipse, this is just like Y2K. Like, the eclipse happens earlier in other places than it happens here. So,
I know.
like, does the world end there
then?
first and then it just
Or at the end?
follows the...
I don't know, but we're in the path of totality.
I don't...
That
we're
just
not,
sounds
though.
ominous.
But we're not.
We're like 97%.
Not totality.
It's close.
Yeah.
My mom already texted me to be like, they're saying get gas before the eclipse. And I'm like, for what?
They're only saying that because, like, the traffic will be heavier. And, like, after
Why?
Well, because people have traveled
To look at
Yeah, people have... Have you seen the strip
Yeah.
of Airbnbs that are,
No.
like, booked? Like,
No, in the path.
yeah. So
I would
it's...
never. It's
Yeah.
like 4 minutes
Yeah, I know.
total.
So it's like get gas because like
'Cause
they're
there'll be no
planning
room
for
to
like
get gas.
traffic jams. Like if you have to be stuck on the interstate somewhere, like you need to make sure you have gas.
I'm not getting gas. I live on the edge.
I got gas yesterday, but like I don't think town will be. I don't think I'll get stuck in town. I'll walk home.
Bitches can walk home.
Anyways,
Alrighty.
okay. So book
Easy.
we picked easy.
By Tammara Webber.
Yeah,
Which we didn't just read.
No, but I do. That is one I reread
A lot.
all the time.
Me too.
And like I have some of it memorized, but some of it I kind of forget how it goes down.
I know. Me too. I have not read it in a hot minute, but I know it's one of my favorite books, probably of all time.
Same. I recommend it to everyone. I would not call it young adult.
Why?
Well, because
It's not.
it's a college romance.
I was
so
gonna
like
say-
they're college age.
They are, but I also think it's appropriate for like some books you read that are like college, and they're doing things that I'm like, I couldn't do as a grown adult.
Same.
But
Yeah.
this, I mean, it is very like college life.
Yes, like I would gear it towards like a high school and up reader.
Oh yeah. I mean, yes.
But yeah, they're not like 16. They're
No,
college
no,
age.
they're
'Cause
college age.
Young
They are
adult
adults.
is like 17, 16 younger.
Is
I don't
it?
want to. Well, for me, I don't want to read that.
I feel like this is young adult,
I mean,
college age
I have hair
for
stuck to my face.
us.
Well, I don't know. I gave it all the stars.
I gave it all the stars as well. Which, how many years ago did we read this? Like 10? The first time we read it?
Probably.
I think it was like 10.
Probably
Maybe
so.
10 plus.
It does talk. It's a lot of talk of rape.
R.I.P.E.
Yeah.
Yes, but I feel like she writes it and handles the situation like extremely realistically, but like
Yeah.
not gross graphic. You know what I mean? Like you clearly know it's happening.
Yes.
And she talks about the aftermath and what she deals with and the rapist. Like,
Yes.
it's his moving forward is very realistic.
Had a tag on it that was realistic fiction.
Yes.
Like it is
100.
very much
yes,
like
because
it's fiction, but it's like for sure how
happens in
RAPE would be handled for a jock in college.
yes. I was going to say, I read that because, like, people say, like, you read, like, dark romance books, and that happens, and then, like, the big bad boyfriend or heroine is, like, shanks him, and it's over.
Yeah.
But this is much more like people feel sorry for him and his fucking reputation. And you're like,
And he's out there being a
yeah,
scumbag.
keeping on
Drunk.
doing it.
Yeah.
And he like harasses her about it.
And they're in the same like dorm building thing, and there's
Yes.
a
And
sketchy
I think,
stairway.
like, people almost like blame her for
Oh yeah, because the first time it's
in her-
Halloween.
yes, and they're at a
she's wearing a
party.
skimpy like devil costume, and so yeah, like it's
Yeah.
her fault because her skirt was short.
yeah, short skirts equal
Yeah.
people are stupid.
So I do recommend it to literally everyone.
Oh, me
my
too.
mom, Allie, my friends, my family. Like I just love it.
It was a good book.
So
I
good.
think this was one of the first like real like romance books I read. We read it as adults. Like,
Yeah.
we were in high school.
Right.
That like got me on that kick
Mm-hmm.
of like, ooh, I like romance
Mm-hmm.
books.
Yes, I can do some romance if it's like this. Like,
Yes.
yeah,
Like I don't want to read Nicholas Sparks.
or
Fucking gag.
yeah, just gag like choking on the romance.
Yeah.
no,
I don't want it to be like a sweet romance. Ew.
no,
I need there to be drama.
Speaking of drama, I expected to have some drama from our last episode where we compared the booze to the
weed. Instead, we just got massive support.
Yeah, so
Which, you know what, really, like, it makes me happy.
me too.
Because I thought we would get, like, I did too. I was a little bit
I
worried.
now have a theory that like if the entire world were potheads,
People would give up. Do you know how many people did
peace,
we...
love, and
Peace, love, and weed.
that's right.
How many people did we get, like, commenting? We had a couple stitch our videos on TikTok that were like, literally, I was
Agreeing
like
that
an alcoholic, and then I found weed.
Is
and
the gateway drug.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Insane.
So potheads unite.
Yep. I love it.
I do too.
I mean, I wouldn't consider myself a pothead,
No.
but I am 100% to like make it like federally legal because it's not, right?
No.
I'm mad.
No.
He's texting me. I don't know.
And that I'm convinced is just over money.
It 100%. Taxes,
The fact though,
government control.
the fact that you can, okay, so it's legal in our state,
yeah.
but the fact that you can work at a job that's not a federal job. So like really you should be allowed to do whatever you want in your time off as long as it doesn't affect your job. But like if you take a drug test, like if you have to be drug tested for your job and it pops for marijuana, you can lose your job.
Still?
Even though it's legal.
Even though it's legal?
It's up to the employer. I'm pretty sure. Like
I didn't know that.
I'm
But
almost
that is
positive.
Bullshit.
That's how it was when it was medical anyways. Like
I
even
did
if you
know
had
that.
your
I just
medical
assumed-
card,
Like I get it. If you show up to work high, like
right, visibly high,
yes,
laughing,
that's one
red
thing.
eyes,
Yeah,
eating
yes.
a bag of chips,
blowing smoke out
Yeah,
the side of
I
your
get
face.
that.
Me too.
But
But if there's no cause for
the drug test does not show alcohol.
right,
And I'm like, what if they go home every day and that is a much higher likelihood. They
I know
go home
a lot
yes,
of people
same.
that do that
Go home every day.
get totally hammered.
Yeah.
show up to work
reeking
hungover.
of alcohol, hungover. Yeah. That's okay.
That's BS.
Yes, I know.
I don't understand.
I don't
it.
either.
And don't you think, like, everyone's workplace would also be happier if everyone just, like, started their morning off with a little toke?
Yeah. Like, you won't rip Karen's head off today in the cubicles.
You'll feel better about life. You're just a little high. Just feeling good.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird.
It is. So,
Anywho.
Yeah.
Did anything else fun happen?
Yeah, we booked our trip.
Oh.
Our Universal trip.
Yes.
It is booked.
It is booked. We just gotta pay the other half.
Yes.
Like this week.
Yes. So I
God.
wanted to plug our travel agent.
Yes, because she saves us so much time and work.
And money,
and,
probably.
yes, probably
because, like, I never knew. Okay, so it's her Facebook is the best way to contact her. And her Facebook page is Destinations by Danny. Dani.
Oh, yeah, because you called her Danny the other day, and I was like, who the F is Danny? I was like, oh, Danielle.
Yes. So I say saves us money. You don't pay more when you book with a travel agent, and I don't think some people know that. Like
they
I
get
think
kickbacks
they assume
from like
you pay more if you book with the travel
like
agent.
a fee to use a travel agent.
But actually, I know it's cheaper because she searches everywhere for the best deal for us.
Right.
Where if we did it, we would have to do that ourselves, which A, costs time. B, I'd get tired of looking and we'd just book whatever. And chances are be paying more.
Or book like the cheapest thing we could find. Be like, it's probably fine.
Yeah. And then end up being
pissed off.
Yeah.
Like last year, our motel room was like kind of wet, and
it was damp.
It was,
and
which it was
smelled
Florida.
like a basement.
Everything in Florida is damp, but
yeah.
But this time we're staying at a Universal resort.
Yeah, and
which
so
I'm
she booked our
super excited
airline
about.
tickets, which again searched for the best days for the
travel.
deal. Booked our tickets for Universal, our hotel, and our car.
Yes, it's just
Like,
done.
Done.
All we have to do is buy our fast passes
And go.
yes,
and get to the
get
airport.
to the airport on time.
Yes.
I'm so excited.
I know, me too.
I'm so ready.
I know.
It's really not that far away. It's like 6 weeks.
Not, I know. Like Allie graduates and then I
Leave.
Yeah. Bye.
My favorite. I know. I'm so excited. So yeah,
Yeah.
if you need to travel,
Exactly.
call
And
Danielle.
I do
Facebook
have
Danielle.
she's my client, but then I have
Yeah.
another client that used her for a trip to Jamaica. Like she doesn't just book little
baby weekend trips.
little baby things for
Is
us.
that her like
She's-
whole job though?
I'm pretty sure it is now. Like I think so.
It's not just a side gig.
mean-
It's like that's what she does.
I think.
Okay. And she works for Apple. Is it Apple? Not anymore.
Oh, I don't know. That part I don't know. All I know is it's Destinations by Danny.
Danny. Okay.
Dani.
DANI.
Yeah. And she said, tell everyone that I don't speak very good Spanish. So it's like,
Okay.
okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No hablo español. Got it.
Okay.
So yeah, other than that,
Anything else we needed to hit on before we just go into random crap?
I don't think so. I mean, there's an eclipse today.
There's an eclipse today.
It's supposed to be like 80 degrees. It's already warm outside.
know.
I'm so excited.
Finally, except I don't know if it's the back and forth, but my throat
yeah.
hurts today.
Mine has hurt for like a week.
And it feels scratchy.
Yes, that's
woke
why
up-
I brought this
I know.
water.
I
'cause
usually
I'm like,
have like a Lonnie or a coffee, and I was like, I gotta suck down this
water.
water.
I know. It is definitely the pollen, the pollen out there. It's everything's blooming.
Everything's bloomy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, have you seen all the JoJo Siwa stuff?
No, because honestly, that girl's face, it makes me have rage.
I literally
How
cannot.
old is she?
She's like 20.
Okay.
20 now.
Because, like, she's the girl that had, like,
She was on-
the bows. Like,
Yes.
just bows. Like,
Yes.
little
So
girls were
she's
buying
like-
JoJo bows and
she's still
having
on
birthday
stuff.
parties.
Yeah.
And okay. Yeah.
Well, she's rebranding. She's an adult now.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Okay. She compared herself to Miley and Britney.
I don't
And what a
agree with
travesty that was.
No. You can
And
aspire, sure, but
when Britney had her like slave for you era,
yeah.
Miley had her like bangers era, but it felt genuine when they did it. Like you can imagine their PR team was probably like, please don't do that.
Yeah, tone it down.
Yeah,
Put
what
your
are you
tongue in your
doing?
mouth.
Are you all right?
Yeah.
It feels like JoJo Siwa's PR team got together and they were like, we're rebranding. You're a lesbian. We're going to write you a song with the word bitch in it. And you're going to wear crazy clothes. And she was like, but can I keep my ponytail? And they were like, we got to counteract that with some shit. Like, how about kiss makeup?
I did see something.
And she was
about
like,
the kiss
okay.
Makeup.
It is, I don't know. And then she's still like, I put these rhinestones in my hair.
Who
told her that looked good?
Who is what age group is like
Is she
supposed
like
to be
pandering to?
Yeah, because like it's not yours, it's not mine. I don't think it's Allie's. Like
No, I don't know. None. I mean, I kind of feel bad for her. Like I have not seen one person be like, good for you. Like everybody is like,
I mean, okay,
what are you
good
doing?
For you. Sure, yeah, good
You
for you.
can do whatever you want.
You do you, JoJo.
But also, like, she said some wild shit.
I don't.
And I just, she's trying so hard to
Anytime
like.
I see her, I just scroll on because she bugs the crap out of me.
I normally do, but my entire TikTok is JoJo Siwa, and you know she was on the dance. Was it Dance Moms?
I don't know.
With the lady that screamed at everybody. I've never watched that. That was like, I think I would. I don't know. I didn't watch that. We don't watch a lot of reality TV.
I hate reality TV.
I won't go there. I don't hate it.
I hate it.
I don't hate it.
I despise it.
I love some of it. But
like what?
What reality TV do I love?
Yeah, because I want to see if it's anything that maybe I love, but
you don't.
Okay, so what is it?
Well, one, I'm of the like. I feel like when we were like in high school, that was really when reality TV started to like pop
reality TV started on MTV with.
Like The Real World.
The Real World.
Okay, I loved The Real World.
Season 1 and 2, that was my teen era too. Yeah. But then
but I I loved Jersey Shore. I loved Laguna Beach and the Hills. I loved Teen Mom when it first came out. You know you watched Teen Mom because it was just a train wreck and you couldn't not watch it.
Speaking of train wreck. And Teen Mom. No, Janelle's more got her shit together.
No.
It's what's her face with the face and
Farrah?
the mom. Yeah.
I don't know what's happening.
She looks terrible.
She
was like one of the pretty
alien.
Yes, she was one of like the pretty, like the super pretty ones.
I know. I know we talk about like normalizing like Botox and filler.
Yeah.
But I'm like, that is the like.
We also talk about mental health.
Yes.
And she needs to see someone.
She had a lot of trauma.
She did.
And she did.
For sure.
She did her like sex tape.
Yeah, well, but before that, like even on Teen Mom, she got a boob job.
Yes.
But
and
like,
her mom is clearly like a Fruit
her mom's
Loop.
Crazy. I think her dad's an enabler.
Probably.
She lost her baby daddy. Like, I mean, she's got trauma, but.
I mean, honestly, though, she's not a nice
break
human.
The cycle.
Like, her mom wasn't super nice either. Like, even like first going back to Teen Mom, like, she didn't really have a lot of understanding for Farrah. Like,
she wanted her to be famous and she wanted her money.
Yeah.
That was made clear.
So instead, Deborah just started rapping.
Oh my God.
Making music videos.
Oh, jeez. So bad.
Janelle is also still a train wreck.
Is she?
Oh, bad.
Does she have her kid back?
No.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't keep up with it totally. She pops up on my For You page, but
thought
I
she
know
just did like recipes and stuff now.
Janelle.
Yeah.
No, and she's like in the middle of a divorce for the like
Kifa?
ninth time. I see you with Kifa, Janelle.
Oh wait, no, she
No,
had that.
she's
She married that
to
one guy.
David. Hi.
Hi.
You're both high.
Yeah.
No, he like killed a dog or beat a
Oh,
dog or beat
God.
her, and like he's crazy. And Jace has run away like 87 times because, I mean,
I would too.
and honestly, now that if I ever watch Teen Mom clips, it's Monday.
Yeah.
I feel so bad for Barbara. It like watching it when you're like young, you're like,
It's funny and she's
and you're kind of like,
and
Barbara just doesn't understand. Watching it as a parent, you're like, Janelle,
get
what
your
are you
head out.
doing?
Yeah. Yeah, well, she's
And then
a
she's like,
teenager.
my mom's I hate my mom. And I'm like, your mom is your saving grace.
Yeah, your mom
You
is saving
freak.
you.
Yeah, I can't stand her either.
So Teen Mom, what else?
Teen Mom.
Because I hate all of those shows so far. Teen Mom was okay. I can't watch it now. Like it's not. I went through a phase.
I know. So they're doing, hold on, and then I'll name more. They're doing Teen Mom like
57.
reunion where it's kind of like couples therapy, but Teen Mom, and they're on like an island, and like the
what?
previews make it look good. And I turned it on the other night, and me and Cole was like, God, I hate this, and he like rolled over, and I watched like 10 minutes max, and was like, I can't do this. I literally, and they're close to our age at this point. They're like late 20s, nearing 30. And I was like,
Close enough to be behaving
nope.
better.
You know what my other like guilty pleasure is? It's Sister Wives.
Yeah,
I can't
don't
help
know
it.
how you can watch that and not just have rage
Why?
because they all make me crazy.
Oh, you need to watch newer seasons because I am like,
Are they still sister wifey?
no,
Oh, okay.
they've all left him except Sobbin' Robin, as they call her, because she cries all the time.
okay.
All three of them have been like,
I have
F you.
watched some of that, but it
and
was back in the day when
Christine
he
got
had a bunch
remarried.
of wives still.
Yeah.
And it made me angry because
I
they're all
mean,
like, this is fine,
Yeah,
everything's
no,
fine.
I
and-
think I didn't start watching it from the beginning. I think I started when I was like home with Crosby.
Okay.
She was a baby. But
How is
no,
that still a show?
because it's very dramatic and it's awesome. But they all have left him. Christine's remarried, and she like kind of totally denounced the faith altogether. And I was like, I love all of them. Well, not him and Robin.
Yeah,
But-
he is
but,
repulsive.
And he's like the biggest POS dad on the planet, which I'm like, you had like 38 kids, so.
Yeah,
But one of the sons just committed
did see
suicide.
that.
And
I
I'm like,
did see that. That's sad.
I was sad. I was sad for Janelle. I watched several videos and I was like,
so it was Janelle's son.
yeah, so that was sad. And I'm positive it is a result of
His upbringing, his
and
life,
his dad being a piece of shit
being
and
on TV,
just
and
I mean, I don't really fault them because I guess you can't see that. I mean, well, you kind of can. You know when you put your life out, like we're doing. But we're not involving our children. Like I think when you involve your kids, like you got to know down the line it's gonna affect them at some point. So he was also, I think, military though. So like maybe he had some PTSD.
Oh, okay.
But I'm not positive. I haven't delved
Researched.
into it.
Yeah.
No. And we like Alone.
What?
Alone.
Is that a show?
You watched it in Florida.
I did.
Yeah. Where they take like 8 people and they out them out on an island with like nothing and they have to survive. They have to like hunt and
I don't recall watching that at all.
you were probably high if I were just to guess. It was in the evening and I think Carter would put it on.
Oh, that Florida trip. Okay. I was thinking of the first Florida trip
Oh,
when it
no,
was just
like
me and
Anna
you.
Maria.
I don't think
Oh,
we
you
even
know
turned
what
the
Carter
TV
told
on
me
during
today?
that time.
When? Oh, when we were in Florida.
Yes.
No, that's because we were like, Harry Potter, Harry Potter.
And donuts and sleep.
Yes, we were so tired. And we probably smoked pot.
Yeah.
Carter this morning was like, where are we going for vacation? And I was like, I don't know. We need to decide. And he said, kind of want to do the beach again, which is weird for my kids because they're like little mountain children. And I was like, are you for real? And he said, yeah, with Crystal and Ramsey and go to Anna Maria. I liked Anna Maria.
I was going to say, Anna Maria is hard to beat. It's
really
a pretty
is.
awesome place.
So I was like, I need to talk to Crystal.
I'm going to need another job.
Somebody sponsor us.
Yeah.
Or send us to Anna Maria.
Yeah.
I know.
I'll do a podcast from there.
Yes. That would be so fun.
It would.
A beach podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah.
What's happening now?
I don't know. My kid got her wisdom teeth removed.
She did.
That's
You
been a
still
good
didn't
time.
post. You didn't post the video.
Oh, my
She
God.
posted the video.
Yeah.
Are you going to say what she said?
I mean, it was the funniest part. So,
You
like,
should.
I don't know. Anesthesia makes people weird. Like,
Me.
you
Cry. Every time.
I am so nervous that I'm going to be out of control that it gives me like super control. So like, I've been
try to act cool.
Yeah, be normal. The 3 times I've been put under, all 3 times I've woke up and been like, what time is it? Oh, that was fine. Like, I'm here. This is fine. Blah, blah, blah. Like,
everything's fine.
yeah. So oh my God, they wheel her out in her wheelchair with her walrus tusks.
With her gauze.
Yeah, her walrus gauze. And she's like, there's my mom. Like, she's singing all of her words. Like, the nurse was like, she's so cute. I'm like, I'm scared. Like, this is kind of scary
Can you
for
drive
you
home
to
with me?
send you home with a high person.
Yeah.
But, like, you don't know how they're going to act.
No. And she is taller than you.
Yeah, I could take her. Like, I'm not
She is
worried about
scrawny.
that. It was
She's a
I
little
was
skinny.
I was more scared when Ramsey had to get put under to have a
That's
tooth
true.
removed, and because the nurses put him in the car and he like got out and went back inside to ask them if they watched The Walking Dead. And I'm like, what do I do? I
Can't manhandle him.
no. That's kind of crap.
I know.
But no, they put her in the car and I like videoed her for a second just to see if she was going to say anything funny. And
She just talked about Chick-fil-A a lot.
she wanted Chick-fil-A and I'm like, you can't eat
have
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
And then as we're driving down the road, she's like telling me, she's like, they took out my tongue. And I'm like, okay. And then she's like wanting to Snapchat people. And I'm like, you give me your phone. Like, you need to get off of your phone. And then she just yelled, my chin feels like a ball sack. And I was like, I almost had to pull over because I was laughing
so hard.
And then she like got upset and was like, why are you laughing at me? I was like, well, I said, just go to sleep. Like, she was making me nervous.
Yeah.
Like, there's traffic.
Please go to sleep.
Yeah, Friday afternoon, Springfield traffic.
I know.
And I was like, just lay down. Lay down
Just
and
lay
shut
down
your
and
eyes
shut
and your
up.
mouth. Like,
Shut all the holes.
yeah, just stop.
Yeah.
And then when she woke up, she was much more normal. Yeah, by the time we got back to town and I had to drop off prescriptions and
Yeah,
she
I
was
just
better.
cry
Yeah,
every time.
No, Ramsey tried to video me and I was like just looking at him and I'm like, I'm
Stop
fine.
video.
Like, I'm not going to say anything funny. I'm totally like, I
am
feel high,
composed.
but like,
I don't know why it
no,
affects
they
some people.
stuck me in my chair and I could hear the nurses talking. I can still tell you what they were talking about.
I know.
Because then they called Ramsey to be like, here's all her aftercare instructions. And I was like, I better listen because he's not going to pay attention.
That's insane that you could. I am.
No,
I
knew.
like remember like waking up both times in your little recovery chair and then like I was in a car.
Crying.
And I was like,
and saying they didn't numb you. And
they left holes in my face.
well, they did leave holes in your mouth, but
I know. But yeah.
Yeah, no, not me.
When I got my wisdom teeth out, I like wanted to go shopping at the mall. And I was trying to climb out of the car. And I was so pissed off at my mom and grandparents for not letting me out of the car to shop at the mall. Because I was fine. I wasn't fine. Newsflash, I wasn't fine.
Yeah, no, I was fine.
Well, you would be fine.
Yeah.
I would be dead because that's just how it is.
It probably has something to do with my obsessive compulsive disorder. Like,
Wonder why. Well, first of all, it's not like anesthesia. Like I'm gonna go have like gut removal surgery.
Yeah, no. Apparently, they can be like, open your mouth, and you're
and
like,
I know, which makes me so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like that gives me anxiety.
Yeah, no, that's what I was like. So they call it conscious sedation.
Yeah,
or the twilight hour, twilight.
Isn't that
something.
what they used to do to pregnant women in the 40s?
Oh, I don't know.
Instead of like pain meds, they did that. Like they were. No,
I don't know.
I gotta look that up when we leave
I
here.
don't know.
Anyways,
all I know is Allie was terrified that her eyes were going to be open. And I was like, why do you care? Like, you won't know they're open if they're open.
No, I thought, don't they like tape them down a little bit so they don't dry out?
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know either.
I mean, it is weird that you have no recollection whatsoever. But they're like, that's what I want to see. Like, I want to see what a person is like in that. Like, do they just not speak? Do they try to speak? Like,
I don't know. When I got my wisdom teeth out, I do remember like opening my eyes at one point and then being like, hi. And then I don't know if they like shoot you with another dose.
Oh, I bet that was you waking up.
It wasn't. I don't know. I was high.
I was going to say, you don't know.
I feel like it wasn't, but it could have been.
It could have been. Yeah.
But I do remember that. But then immediately being like, back out.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, I bet that was when they were waking you up.
It does freak me out.
It is weird.
It is real weird.
Yeah. But it was like glorious sleep. Like, I kind of want to be like, put me back under.
Yes.
I'm sleeping.
I am sleeping.
Yeah.
I am so asleep. And you get like good pain pills afterwards.
I don't like pain pills.
They didn't give me whatever they gave Allie. They just gave me like hydrocodone, which just knocks me on my butt. Like it makes me sleepy.
Pain pills, they make me cry. Like I have.
Why?
I don't know. Like they make me feel weird. I don't like them. They make me feel weird. They also make me not be able to poop.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. Allie, they gave her pain pills, but also antibiotics. And so she was like, I'm just waiting to
not poop
myself. And I was like, don't worry, the pain meds will counteract that. And maybe
you'll be normal.
You'll just be
balance
normal.
right out.
If at all possible to avoid pain meds, I do because
I mean, I don't really. It's not like I pop pain pills,
right. But no, they don't just like I don't just sleep, and I mean I'll take them if I have to, if I've had something like that done. But I try to just do Motrin because they make me like with the anxiety and not my thing.
You know what's stupid? After I get a tooth work done, they give you like hydrocodone or Percocet.
Yeah.
And when I had a human ripped out of my guts, they were like, here's some ibuprofen. Hope that's
and
good for you.
And people will be like, well, it's because you've got a baby to care for. I'm like, guess what? I had a child to care for at home whenever
you ripped to your butthole. Is that what you're going
No,
for?
I'm just like, I mean, when you give birth, it's like do they not want to give you that stuff because
you're about to take an infant home?
Yeah, but also like I had my gallbladder out, had an infant at home, like had 4 teeth pulled, had a
2
toddler
children
at home.
Yeah. And I'm like, did we forget dads exist? Hello?
Yes, we did.
What?
I don't know.
Cole got like hardcore drugs for his vasectomy.
Yeah, that's such bullshit.
That he did in the office in 3.5 minutes. And before he went in case he is nervous, they were like, here's a Valium, whatever.
Valium.
To
That
take
is
if you have anxiety about this. And I'm like,
yeah. They're like, you're getting a tiny little procedure that takes 3 minutes that you don't get put under for.
No.
But let's cater to the men. Of course.
Always.
Of course. And then they're like, oh,
So unfair.
you're getting
Here's our
ready
rant
to
for the day.
rip your body in half.
Yeah.
Shove out a human that you're going to care for the rest of your life.
or
Here's some Motrin.
let me cut your guts open while you're awake, might I add. While you're awake.
Yeah.
And then instead of being like, all right, Dad, Mom just had major ass surgery. You got the night shift. Dad falls asleep on the couch and they're like, every 4 seconds they wake you up to look at your face and check your blood pressure. And
Poke
be
on
like,
your stomach
"Are
or
you-"
check your butt
Yes.
hole. Like in my case.
do you know how bad it hurts when that was worse than the actual C-section, like having a C-section and then being like,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
I
I'm
was
sure.
like, that is cut open, both sides, both everywhere.
I have some stitches there. Can
Yeah.
you not? Yeah.
Stupid.
I know.
Fucking
I
stupid.
just
The whole medical system was definitely geared towards a man.
the whole thing of like that's how I know God's a man too. Is just
I don't think he intended that.
well,
Men are supposed to not be so stupid. I am convinced, like, the reason we are the way we are, like, people like us that are like, this is because men have been pieces of crap for centuries. And now it's finally, we're done.
there goes a bunch of followers.
Don't care.
I don't
Bye.
either.
It's true.
Well, I'm like the world has definitely made me like pro women because I'm
Me
like, this
too.
is
And I'm like,
bullshit.
I mean, I fall somewhere in between. Here's how I feel. Because there's lots of debate, like on TikTok, about like trad wives, which is like a traditional like stay at home. Which I'm like, I'm not against that concept. I don't want to do it all the time. I don't want to cook. I don't want that to be my
I would like to stay at home, but I don't want to cook.
I mean, I like to cook some, but I don't.
I like to eat.
I mean, Cole cooks dinner a lot. Like he cooks on the weekends. We've had this conversation. But I'm like, I'm fine with traditional roles if men would do the traditional role, but they don't. Like they're not doing their job. So then we can't do our job if you want to like talk about like gender roles and blah, 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 blah.
Well, for instance, like in the hospital, when you have a baby and they send you home, they make you watch a bunch of videos. They show you the shaking of the baby.
Don't shake your baby.
But I'm like, can the dads go to their own class? That's like, don't be a dumbass.
Yeah, don't be
Here's
a dick.
how to take care of the baby. Like,
Don't be mean to the mom that just birthed the baby.
like here's how to get up in the middle of the night and do all the things. Like, where is their class?
They don't have one because
It
they have
should
to go to
be-
work, so they're excused
Oh,
from
but a lot of places
child
now are
rearing.
like, you get these amount of weeks off too, which is great.
I agree.
But I cannot tell you how many moms have been like, I mean, they got the same amount of time off as me, but they don't do anything. And I'm like,
I mean, we're self-employed. So I took as much time as I wanted off, which was
I didn't
months
take
and
as
months.
much time as I wanted.
Well,
I took as
I
much
say that.
time
I'd like
as-
to still be taking off time,
Yeah,
and I have an
yeah,
almost 4-year-old
right,
as
yeah.
as my youngest. But I'm just saying, I did have that. Cole didn't, but also like you know as well, like you watched it happen with Crosby. I think I had postpartum a little bit, but also no sleep. For the amount of time I got no sleep, and I'm talking no sleep, makes a human being insane. Like, I felt like I needed to be committed some days. And the only thing anyone did was be like, why don't you stop breastfeeding? Why is that the only Why is that the only advice anyone could like give me? How about someone fucking help me?
I don't have an answer
I'll
to
go
that.
on a tangent.
Yeah. Now I feel bad because I'm like, should I have been like, should I have stayed
No,
the
not
night
you.
and been like,
I don't mean you.
Yeah,
I meant people who were with me.
Yeah.
Day in and day out. And I'm like, you also had a 1-year-old at home.
Yeah. Yes.
Like that you were also still breastfeeding. Because we
Yeah.
both breastfed 2-year-olds. Mm-hmm. But anyways.
I'd do it again
I would too.
if my boobs would handle it, but they're like gone. So I don't know that I could.
Mine aren't there as much as they once were. She's sucked the life right
they
out
just
of
like
deflated
Yes.
like a balloon.
literally.
It's unfortunate.
It is.
I know.
But I was proud of myself.
I know. So was I, because I totally flopped with Carter. I mean, that wasn't my fault.
Yeah, I did with Allie too, because like no one tells you about how difficult breastfeeding is and how they go through all these like periods of change. So I hit the 6-month mark with Allie and was like, it's gone, it's dried up. When really they go through these weird phases where they're just like looking around,
Discovered their world.
and you think it's gone, but it's not.
Well, I couldn't with Carter. I didn't. I tried my friggin' hardest with Carter, but he was 2 months early, and I think my body was just like,
We can't do
we're
this
not
right
doing
now.
this.
Yeah.
And so I didn't. So I was like determined with Crosby.
Same.
Unknowingly
That's
had
kinda
a
how I was with
had
Greer
a kid
too, with
that
my
was
second.
Yeah, and Crosby was like, she was attached to my boob 24 hours a day if I'd let her. Like, she would be like 2 and standing up, like watching TV, like, and everyone was like, all right, I think it's time to stop doing that. And I was ready at 2. Like, I'd had enough.
Yeah, and no one prepares you for getting your nipple bit with fresh razor
Little
sharp
puppy teeth.
Yes. Yeah.
I know. Or the pinching.
Yeah. Or
Crosby would like pinch me.
Can you imagine like, and they bite, like how your instinct is to chuck them across the room
or like slap them away.
Yeah.
There were lots of times.
And then the PTSD when you have to do it again
like,
and be like, please don't.
That and like 2-year-olds, their latch suck is hefty. It hurts. Like when you have a newborn in their tiny little mouth.
Yeah.
But then when they're 2 and they're like,
or they
like
try
a
to
vampire.
Turn and they
with
take
a
it with
nipple
them.
in their
Like
mouth.
it can stretch. Its nipple
It's rough.
stretchability is.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
It'll
that's
go where they
hilarious.
go.
Yeah, breastfeeding is a trip.
It is
that no one
not
prepares you for.
It is not for the faint of heart.
It really
for sure.
isn't.
It's,
No. No, and
but
there's like so many people that get heated about like breastfeeding versus bottle and formula.
Like,
and
I really don't care. Do what you want to do. Feed
I
you,
don't
as long as
either.
you feed it. I don't really
just-
care.
Yeah, I
but
don't either. I don't know why. And women are like, breast is best. It's fine to feed formula, but don't try to make it sound like it's equal. And I'm like, you guys are douchebags.
Also, like normalizing things like what is that noise?
Hit me.
Normalizing freaking breastfeeding. Like I had a client message me because she finally had an appointment. Like we kept trying and trying
After
to
having a baby.
Yes. And so we make her an appointment and she's like, the baby is like a month old, like 3 weeks, 4 weeks. And she's like, I'm going to bring the baby. I hope that, like, is that okay? I'm like, well, yes. Like,
I know.
do I want you to bring like, if you have a million children and they're running around? Like,
No.
if you have to, like, we're not going to say anything. But
We'll
like,
be annoyed, but we'll let it slide at least once or twice.
3 times.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, yes, of course, bring your newborn. I would never expect you to not.
Pull your boob out.
Yeah. And
I
then
don't
she
care.
was like, the only thing is I'm breastfeeding, but I'll make sure I'm covered. And I was like, girl,
Nobody
We are pro
cares.
breastfeeding.
Yes, 100%.
Do what you got to do. If anyone else in the room is uncomfortable,
They
then
can
that's
leave.
on them, and
Yeah.
they can leave.
They can go.
Because
I know. When I had Carter and was still trying, just me, I was like uncomfortable. When I had Crosby, I was like, if you don't want to see it, turn away.
Yeah.
You want to talk about like this? God gave me
Yeah,
the
I'm like,
boobs to
it's a
feed
boob.
this child.
Like big deal.
if I
Do they all
walked in
look the
with
same?
nipple
No.
tassels, dudes would be like, "Yeah,
Woohoo!
yeah."
But you go to feed your baby, and they're like, put
"That's
that away.
disgusting." Yeah, eat shit. I ain't doing that.
Yes.
My grandma would be mortified. We would be at like a restaurant, and I'm like, Crosby was a baby, and she'd be up like whining, and I'd shut her up with a boob. Like we could all enjoy dinner without a screaming child.
Right.
And I mastered the like boob in the mouth, eating my dinner.
Yeah.
And I never covered. Like she's hot. She fights it. She's like pissy.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
it is. So I had the cape on her, and she's like
Shut
trying to
up.
poke her under her shirt, and I'm like, "We'll take the cape off."
I was
like,
there that day.
I'm like,
Yeah,
this is
no.
too. Nobody like. No one wants you to. I don't want you to
I
have to
don't
struggle
either.
like
It does
that.
not bother me. Now there were
I was not super comfortable either time, like just exposing my
Yeah.
boob. Like
I mean-
I would do what I could, but
I
also
wore clothes that would like
Same.
disguise.
like right. Same.
But I will say, one time I was at the doctor with Crosby, and she had a newborn, and she just like dipped her t-shirt down, and she had a toddler too. I felt for this chick, but she's got like a newborn, but her whole boob is out. But and for me, I'm like, I could
know.
never
I
do
struggle
that.
with that.
Like
but
you go, girl.
We struggle with that because of
Everyone, yes,
the whole entire world has
Yeah.
made it so stupid.
Yeah, I agree.
And like you go to Target and they're like, here's a room for breastfeeding moms. And I'm like, thank you, Target. But also, if I want to walk around with my boobie hanging out with a kid on it, then
If you can bring your service dog, I can bring my boob to feed my kid, and you can shut up. Like,
you can
what
bring
the
your
hell?
emotional support chihuahua. Like,
I'm just like, especially Target. I'm like, your whole MO is like moms and kids and shit.
right.
Like,
Yeah. I'm like, there's no dads in here.
no,
Leave
it's
us
all
alone.
women. Yeah,
Yeah. You put a Starbucks in here. This is for women. Like,
seriously. Yeah, no.
I know. I'll get heated about that
I
too.
will too,
'cause-
because it pisses me off and I will say my husband was like, that never bothered him. Maybe with Carter it would have, but like with Crosby, and I don't know if it did at first and he was just like, oh yeah, there she goes with her boob out again. I don't know. But like it didn't really bother him with Crosby when I breastfed for a long time. But
yeah,
I don't know. But my grandma,
well,
it bothered her. She told me.
My niece at Aspen, she's pro breastfeeding too, and like Rayleigh is now over 1 and she's still trucking right along. And she's messaged me and been like, when did you stop with Greer? Like people are starting to say things.
Tell him to shut up.
Yeah, that's what I told her. I was like, tell them to eat shit. Literally.
Yes,
like
literal shit.
yes,
Eat it.
go eat their own shit because this is your life and your kid. You do what you want.
Speaking of normalizing things, we're like the only country that makes it taboo to breastfeed after like 6 months to 1.
Yeah.
And they say like, I get it. Like scientifically, like the health benefits after 6 months like begin to diminish.
But they're not gone.
No.
And that's
And
what
I'm
I
like-
had to do a bunch of research on that too when I was like, well, what am I doing? How long am I going?
Yeah.
But like also they're like, okay, time to give them whole milk. And like there's a bunch of shit
Back
that's
and
like,
forth. I know.
I don't even know that our body was meant to
Drink cow's
down
milk.
whole milk.
I don't
like
either.
Puke.
I mean, I do love me a glass of milk. But.
If I got Oreos, I'll take a glass of milk, but
Same.
that's the only time.
Well, and like I do think, and this may be coincidental, Carter was a formula baby. He got some breast milk, like I tried. But and then I switched to whole milk, and you remember he guzzled milk to the point we had to be like, you can't have any more milk for the day. Until he was like 4 or 5. And I don't know if it was like, but Crosby hates milk and has every time we tried when she was younger. Like, I say hate. She likes chocolate milk. But if you give her white milk, she's like, what is this
what do you
shit?
want me to do with this?
Yeah.
Where's my cookie to dip in this?
That's pretty much the only time she'll drink milk.
Neither of my kids.
in Oreo.
And actually, so when I stopped breastfeeding, my first one at 6 months, the doctors were like shoving me. Well, no, it was when she turned a year, but they were like shoving me onto, like, she has to drink milk. She has to drink milk. And I'm like, she doesn't. Like, what do you want me to do? And they're like, yogurt and blah, all this shit
Like
that's
dairy.
like super processed and like gross. And I'm like, no, we're good.
Yeah.
And she turned out fine. Did I
She's-
stunt her growth? It's a possibility, but
I don't think so, because she's taller than both of us.
yeah, but she's skinny. But I'm like, I was like that when I was younger too.
I think I was going to say, I'm pretty sure that's
she has
genetics.
the same body shape as I did, 12-year-old boy. So
She's made it to adulthood.
Yeah.
And she's fine.
yeah.
So lack of dairy
Well, that
didn't
was
affect
part
her.
of the reason I think, looking back, maybe I didn't stop breastfeeding Greer at 1, because then they're like, they have to have milk. And I'm like, I ain't doing that.
I don't think that thought crossed my mind, but I just like, 1, it was like comfort for her. 2, it was kind of selfish because it made situations like flying the first time when she was not quite 2. Put a boob in her mouth, slept the whole flight. And I was like,
Yeah.
and I could relax.
Well,
But also, I'm just like, I don't know. I didn't think I would be that person that was like, I'm sad, like that it's coming to, but I kind of was.
Yeah, same.
Like I was so ready to like have
Be
my body
done,
back and
yeah.
be done, and it was annoying
well,
sometimes.
because at the end,
also-
when they're freaking 2, they're like nursing morning and night for like 4 seconds.
Oh yeah, I
Like-
was a pacifier at that point. Like I know she was still getting some, but
Yeah.
I was like,
And that's when they're like, I'm going to chew on this. And I'm like, oh God. Yeah.
I'm convinced that's why Crosby didn't sleep either, was because she wanted a boot, like a and she wouldn't take a pacifier.
no,
We tried.
Both mine, I was like, Binky.
Yeah.
I had Binky babies for sure.
Neither of mine, both of them refused a pacifier. But after I stopped breastfeeding, which was, she was 2 months over 2, so like 26 months, she finally started sleeping through the night. And I think it was because she wasn't waking up to like find a boob
Yeah, try to,
and soothe herself.
little brat.
She really is.
Yeah.
And she's been a hellion from the moment she entered the
Second.
world.
The second one's the No Limit Soldier.
It's definitely, I mean, both of mine are. No, I got 2 second kids, even though I don't know
Yes.
what's wrong with my kids. But yeah, but all other countries breastfeed for years,
I don't.
and it's like fine, like it's normal, and like the co-sleeping thing, like
Yeah.
we are the only country
know.
that's
Or
like
you go to the
separate
doctor
the parents
and,
and,
they
the
ask,
baby.
like, are you co-sleeping? Because if you say yes, they're going to get on to you.
Yeah, they're gonna turn you over to DFS.
Yeah. Be like, well, no.
But yes, I lied
Still
every time.
co-sleeping, and mine's going to turn 5 this summer.
I'm
like,
still
that's,
co-sleeping, and the one is 10,
that's
almost
the problem.
11.
That's the problem with co-sleeping.
I
but
will say,
if we had more information and more whatever, and if we made it more, I don't know.
well, you
just
know what's weird?
Disagree with a lot in this country.
Me too. I think part of it's the kids with the co-sleeping. Like, I have heard some parents be like, we co-slept until they were 4, and then we transitioned, and they did fine. And then I've heard other people say, which is what our children do, like, they're so dependent on having you next to them, they can't go to sleep. Like, they can't sleep because they're just, and that's Carter and Crosby and Greer. And let's be real, it's Allie.
Yeah, so
And it's
at
like
this
attachment
point, At this
issues.
point, part of it is me being attached
Me
because
too.
I know, like, hi, we're adults, we're married with kids. I don't sleep with my mom. Like, I mean, we're gonna reach.
They'll eventually
we're
work it out.
We're gonna reach a point where they're gonna leave us, and I don't like. I'm done having kids. I don't want any more. My dog is not the same.
No.
And so
Speaking of rants.
Yeah. And so she's like, I'm sad to not. Plus, I got some weird kids. Like Allie had a weird sleepwalking phase. Greer, she just talks in her sleep. But then there was one night, I'm like, well, and the night she puked in her sleep. I'm like, what would have happened if I wasn't in there?
Yeah.
Because I like ripped her up before the vomit was done, like coming out.
She would have gotten up and been like, Mom, I puked.
Yeah, I threw up.
I throwed up.
But like, ew, like she would have choked. She would have had to come find me.
She would have had to
She
come
had more
find
puke
you.
coming. Like, how sad to. And then there was another night that she, like, faster than I could even grab her, stood up and ran into the wall. I'm like, what are you doing?
Where are you going?
Yeah.
Who are you running from?
But like, and her room is upstairs. And
That
so I'm
I
like,
know.
if she's like running into the wall from her bed in the middle of the night, who's to say she wouldn't just like
plummet down the
think
stairs?
she could fly down the stairs?
I know.
So
I still have that because Carter's room is upstairs. And he comes down every night. Like he starts in his bed, and at some point in the night, he comes down and lays at the foot of my bed like a large dog. But I always have the like, what if he's like drowsy, sleepy, and he all the
breaks
way
his
down the
neck.
stairs?
Yeah.
Yes, he hasn't. But
right.
I'm sure that day will come.
Yeah.
Hopefully not, but.
Right. And it's just.
And he was hard because he would just randomly wake up in the night and not breathe, not be breathing, and we'd have to rush to the ER.
Yeah.
So, like, I was always panicked. Like, what if I don't wake up, which is stupid because, like, I can
You
hear
sleep
their,
like
like,
this.
foot hit the ground. Yeah, like, I can be in a dead sleep.
I don't have dead sleep, but.
I mean, maybe I don't anymore either. But other stuff doesn't wake me up.
Right.
But
yeah.
them, like, pitter patter, my eyes fly open. I think it's like something.
It's a mom.
It's a mom
It's a
thing.
mom, a chip in you.
Yeah.
That's,
Have you seen like the new, I don't know if they're new studies, but like you literally have your kids' cells inside your body like forever.
well, I mean, and that makes
It's weird.
complete and total sense to me
And they
because
say like that's partly why moms are like
the
so
intuition.
connected to
Yeah.
their kids, and where dads are like, just have a drink
What's
of
for
water.
well,
Yes.
they'll be fine.
Yeah. They'll take a lap.
Yeah, walk it off.
Run it off because they're stupid. Anyways, I didn't mean to go on a man bashing.
It's my
rant.
favorite thing, to be
I
honest.
mean,
I
well,
could do it.
They need to step up more. Like, come on. I will say, my husband does a lot of stuff that I know a lot of husbands don't do.
I can just tell when my husband is overstimulated and he goes into super dick mode.
I can tell when your husband's overstimulated.
But I'm like, you know what? I live my life in
Yeah,
that
that's
state,
my
and you want me to be
everyday.
nice. Like,
not being nice to nobody. I know. That's how I felt in the 2 years after Crosby. Like, no sleep. My body sucks. I feel like shit. No one's helping me. And all anyone could be like was like, you have an attitude. And I'm like, do you know why I have an attitude? Do you know why? You do know why. You just don't give a shit. But whatever.
yeah, I know. I get
Whatever.
it. I feel you. We are the same.
I don't hate men. I hope no one thinks we like actually like. I
hate
don't.
some.
I hate lots.
I hate lots.
But as like a whole
Yeah.
like I
don't hate 'em.
hate men, but they are really, really stupid a lot of the time. Like they just create problems where there don't need to be problems.
Yeah, and it's
they're
like they think
selfish.
we're so difficult to figure out. And I'm like,
Nope. We're not at all. They are.
yeah.
They're the ones who you're like, what's wrong? Nothing.
yeah.
And then they walk around and mad clean.
hollering at you, and you
Yeah.
get down to the root of it, and it's something that happened a month ago, and you're
Yeah.
like, well,
Or they're
what?
like, when you woke up this morning, you looked at me mean. And I'm like, It was morning. I look at everybody mean. What are you talking about? We've been together for 20 years. Mm-hmm. You don't know my face in the morning? Don't touch me in the morning. Don't talk to me in the morning for like a solid hour. And don't judge any of my actions.
Yeah, I'm a no touchy,
hour.
no talky. Well, pretty much all the time, but really no talky until at least 11.
Yeah.
Maybe 12.
I need at least a cup of coffee. Plus, Crosby's usually wallering me, which makes me want to rage, but I just endure it because she's 3 and she's my
And you're the mom.
child, and it's just what we have to do.
Yep.
And I can't be like, get the F off me, even though I want to. Mm-hmm. So then I just sit there and kind of stew on that for a while.
Yeah.
And then Cole's like, why are you mad at me? And I'm like, I'm
mad at the world.
I hate mornings. Every morning. It sucks.
Yeah. Nighttime is where it's at, but that's when the husbands want to do the touching. And I'm like, you know what? I just want to lay here and eat my ice cream and read my book.
I know.
Or maybe watch a show that's not Bluey or fucking Coco Melon or some shit. Like,
yes, that's what I'm like. I dealt with children all day. I've fed them. I've cleaned up messes. I've laid with all of them. They've been touching me all day long. You got home and went out to like burn leaves or something.
Like, what do bees eat?
Yes.
And I'm like, I don't know.
That reminds me of the meme with it's like the mom duck in the bathtub and it's like you're trying to relax and your kid comes in and is like, Mom, do worms have buttholes? That's Carter.
Literally.
Yeah. And Crosby a little bit now.
Greer. Yeah. She is just, her mouth never stops.
Okay, that was Carter. We had that conversation all the time. Like, there were nights I had to, like, we'd be laying in bed, and I would, like, maybe if I ignore him, he'll shut up, and he doesn't. And we would have to be like, Carter, that's enough talking for the night.
No,
it's
I
like
tell
time
Greer
for bed.
that. I'm
Stop
like,
talking.
no more talking, shut your mouth.
Yes.
I can tell sometimes when Ramsey does lay down with her, I can hear her being like, what's 4 + 4? What's 10 - 2? She's going to think I'm a fucking moron because
you're like, I don't know.
I am just where I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Go to sleep. I don't know. Go to sleep.
Talkative children.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All day long. Doesn't want to talk, wants to watch her iPad.
Pretty annoying.
Bedtime comes around and she's like,
she just can't ask enough
why
questions.
is the sky blue? I'm like, I don't know. We're good to go.
Are we at our time?
Yep. We got a thumbs up.
Oh, well.
All right.
I didn't mean to go on.
I did.
Oh. I kind of like when we go on a rant.
I do too. Especially when it's about men.
We're talking about you.
Were your ears burning?
We gotta say, like, follow, subscribe.
Yeah, like, follow, subscribe. Please freaking subscribe. If you are watching this, just hit the subscribe button.
On YouTube.
And
TikTok is our big.
Yeah, please do that. And we won't stop saying that, but it's a requirement.
All right.
We're paid to do that.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.